Hello, beautiful people. It's me, Maris, and I'm here at the Vintage Boho Mercantile over at Old Paris Flea Market. I'm in booth number 38. It's kind of over by the bar in the back, so if you like to have a beer and then come by and see me, that's cool. But I'm going to do the weekly energy forecast. I'm using that deck Foretell, and I'll kind of like have it over there in the back. Maybe you could um, hopefully you'll be able to see it. I won't know until a minute when I'm changing that. But it's Mother's Day, and so don't forget to text, call your mother, at least send her an email. Um, Let her know that you're thinking about her. And for those that are estranged, at least give yourself a hug. That card keeps sticking out, so I'm like, it must mean something for us today. And, okay. Let's see. And this is the weekly, so we're looking at like Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. Okay. And how's everybody doing? You enjoying the rainy day? It's been pretty slow here today at the market, so I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe I'll do a reading and it might bring some energy in. But people really kind of don't like to get out on a rainy day, and they probably don't want to get out on a rainy day that's a holiday and just stay cooped up in the house, and that kind of sucks. I don't like being cooped up in the house myself. Okay, alright, so we got a whole stack of cards. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? So let's take a look at the weekly energy forecast. Okay, so the energy that's coming in this week is accountability. And what I'm looking at when I see this card is that things will be coming to a head. Things will be coming to where I'm going to call being exposed. And we're going to be held accountable for choices that we make. Now, I'm laughing because I would have rather it have been a help and not an obstacle. But in here we have live your truth as an obstacle. So I'm going to say, so this might be pointing to the kind of people that kind of live loud and bold and have no fear of saying who they are, what they are, rules of engagement, etc. So when I'm looking at this card, I'm going to say sometimes that tendency can get us in trouble. And I'm not going to say that we're in trouble because I don't feel like we're in trouble. It's just an obstacle. Because what we have in here coming up next is fruits of labor. So even though it's been a close call with the way that we kind of live our life the way we choose, everything does have a really good outcome. We're going to see our harvest. We're going to see all of our efforts actually come into what I'm going to call a fruition. Where is this going to lead us into? But we have gaining influence. So when I'm looking at that gaining influence, I'm going to say people will be recognizing. They'll be recognizing the exact gifts that you are bringing to the table. So this is a very auspicious beginning of the week. And you know what? We need it. I've got community as the ending card on that first row. And I'm going to say things really coming in together. The first part of the week, man, even though we've been like walking that tight line, probably close to crossing a border or two or a boundary or two, I'm over here like, man, everything that we've been doing, the good, the bad, the ugly, comes into a fruition. But it's going to be a very positive and enlightened fruition. So that's what we're looking at the beginning of the week. Now, let's start looking at where is this going to flow to by, let's say, late Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, we have exhaustion upside down, and it made me laugh. The first thing I thought was, oh, I'm so tired but so excited. Kind of like staying up late on Christmas Eve waiting for Santa Claus. You're really, really, really tired, but you're so, so excited. And in fact, you're so excited that you think that you can't go to sleep, and then the next thing you know, you close your eyes and you go to sleep. Now, I'm going to say on this card, when I looked at this, it was like, honey, you need to be sleeping with one eye open. And I'm like, oh, I do not like going down that road, but it seems like maybe our haters are going to be throwing a little bit of hate in our direction. And I'm going to say, that's okay. All right, because I have learned in the long run that as long as I do not give it my personal attention, that's where we've got recognition upside down, that shish is going to flow on down the road. That nonsense, and listen to me again, that nonsense is going to flow down the road. You don't have to worry about it. Haters are going to hate, but you're an awesome person, and your energy is going to be vibrating a whole lot higher, and your light's going to be a whole lot brighter. Don't worry about that. Just don't pay it any attention. For them, it is a losing battle. They haven't caught on yet that you've got a little bit of upper hand. You know, you're working at being the best version of yourself. You are working at being the best version of yourself. So that is going to put you in an upper hand position with this particular situation. For them and for you, in many ways, this is going to be an unfortunate loss. But what I'm going to say is, I don't feel like this is going to be a long-term loss. I just feel like it's going to be, I'm going to block you on Facebook. I'm not going to talk to you for a bit. That kind of thing. It's nothing that I would personally, have a lot of like, oh my gosh, on. It's going to be, what I'm going to say, on that unfortunate loss, a lot of it is us, us just kind of breaking up, and that's okay. Because we can break up, we can go on block, we can go to the side, and we're still going to be cool, groovy people. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling like it's some kind of hardcore, yucky thing. However, you, as the loving person that you are, you tend to take things a little bit personally, and sometimes it's really not about you, but it's all about them. And then maybe for them, it's not about you, but it's all about, it's like everybody needs to be accountable for their own feelings. Is it going to hurt? Yeah, your feelings are going to be hurt. That's why I've got smooth sailing upside down. But I'm going to say I've got divine intervention coming in, and we get to see and understand the greater meaning in all of that loss and that argument and that breakup, that falling out. You get to see things for a different meaning, and that's that divine intervention. So again, you cannot take these things personally. You have to understand that people are going to be accountable for their own issues, and even though those issues cross over into your lane, you're the only one that's the master of your destiny. You cannot be the master of destiny for other people, or I'm going to have to call you the puppet master, and, I don't want to call you the puppet master. All right, where is this all going to lead us to? Going into Wednesday, into Thursday, and you're going to love it. I think he's kind of cute. It's Revelation. So again, we're going to be seeing things for a greater meaning. And then fertile abundance. So those of you that are working, like where you work, where you receive tips, expect some good tips this week. I think people are going to be loving and be sending that out to you. And then miraculous luck. Even though we're going to have a little bit of some hard energy and maybe a little bit of fallout, breakup, whatever, in the end, it's going to be a fantastic week, and things will be ending up in a really good high point. So I am so glad that you joined me today. I'm here at the Vintage Boho Mercantile. My name is Maris, and I just did a reading with my new favorite deck, Foretell. Thank you.